Are you fighting past traumatic memories, haunted by events from your childhood? What if it is not the devil but God bringing these things up for healing?
Paul in 1 Corinthians 9:26, he says, I don't want to be a shadow boxer like one who beats the air. What's he saying? So shadow box, right? So if you're practicing fighting, I'm not a fighter, so anybody else do this? Do you shadow box? I guess some of the youth kids were doing it last night, and the girls were laughing in the first service when I started doing it. But a shadow box is like training, right? And so it's okay to get equipped and to train, but Paul's saying, I don't want to be just a shadow boxer. I want to get engaged. I want to go into the ring. I want to push back darkness. I want to begin to knock out the enemy. I want to be on the front lines. I want to be involved. I want to be a part of this. I'm going to do a little bit of cutting this morning. I'm sorry, but I assure you, I feel that it's necessary. How many of you seen the movie Rocky? Before Christ, right? Adrian, right? So Rocky's fighting Apollo Creed. I don't know which Rocky it is, but you probably do. At the going round for round, toe to toe, blow for blow, and it's at the end of the 14th round. Rocky finds himself in the corner, right, and he's sitting back, and his eyes all super swollen and bulged out of his head, and he's like, "Cut me, Mick!" And that's a bad Sylvester Stallone impression, but bear with me. He's like, "Cut me, Mick!" He's like, "Rock, I can't cut you." What do you mean, cut you? And so he cuts his eye, and this blood comes out of it. He's like, "I can't see. I can't see." And I felt the Lord say to me, he said, I had to cut you because you weren't able to properly discern your adversary. Your depth perception was off. And I was like, what? It's I didn't realize how deep that really went. And sometimes when God wants to bring healing into our lives, I should say this for me, God wanted to heal some stuff in my heart. And every time he tried to bring it up, when we were in moments of prayer and moments of worship, I would suppress it. I'd stuff it down and be like, no, God forgave me of that. Devil, get behind me, shut up. And I'd be fighting him. I'd be fighting the devil to keep that memory down. But then one day the Lord said, I'm bringing that up for healing. And it hurts sometimes, but it's only for a moment. So when that goes out, I can see clearly. And I realized that the resentment that I had in my heart towards my father, who wasn't there for me when I was raised, was very abusive to my mom, all this kind of stuff, was distorting my vision of God the Father. The second I began to work through this forgiveness, and this is a long story and I don't have time, but ultimately I had an opportunity to forgive my biological father in front of a congregation of people. And I always said I was going to break his knees for what he did. I was going to anyway, but I touched foreheads with that man, and I tell you, my tears turned into dancing. And there's a shift that happens. So it only cuts for a minute, but it's to help alleviate the pressure that we feel so that we can see clearly, to know that sometimes we don't have to fight. We resist the devil and he flees from us. I don't have to keep stuffing it down. Sometimes God's calling stuff up for healing, and I believe he's doing that in the room right now. Satan wants us to focus on the immediate, and God wants us to focus on the ultimate. If we see every temptation from the devil, it's always this instant gratification, this microwave mentality, right? It's always like, I want what I want and I want it now. Here, just give into this for a minute and you'll feel good. But we know what happens when we give into that, right? All the shame and guilt and condemnation, he backs the truck up after we do that thing and he makes us feel terrible about it. But for some reason, we stay in this cycle. And I'm saying that if you're getting tempted in that way, and you keep giving into it, there just might be a part of your life that isn't healed. There might be a portion of your life that God wants to heal today and to get you firm and planted in your identity.